Well, welcome back, everybody. WFXR News at 6 live at Lane. You know, one big thing, everyone looks forward to Enter Sandman when the Hokies run onto the field. It is a special moment for Virginia Tech fans and the Hokie Nation. But something special also happens at that same time. That happens at the 30-yard line at Lane Stadium. As we look at this, that's where staying there are three first-year cadets whose job is to receive the American flag, the state flag of Virginia, and the special teams flag from the Hokies when they take the field. Now, the traditions is special, and that is known as flag duty. It is a practice done at every game. Freshmen get the honor at home, while upperclassmen cadets, they have the responsibility on the road. Now, this tradition has been going on since 2005, and the cadets, they've been chosen based on their performance in the Corps. And after they receive the flags, the cadets, they render honor and carry them off of the field. So definitely a special moment right then and there. Meanwhile, there are two sides to every rivalry. When you look at Virginia Tech and West Virginia, a lot has been happening. Now, 3 weeks ago on a Thursday night, the West Virginia Mountaineers took part in another one of their big rivals against the Pitt Panthers. It was the backyard brawl, a packed house up at Pittsburgh at their football stadium, and it should be very similar here at Lane Stadium tonight. Now, earlier this week, I got a chance to talk to Golden Blue Nation's Angelica Chernone as we get a little perspective on the West Virginia Mountaineers from her.
What a unique opportunity to, one, play for a trophy in the middle of the regular season, right? Just something, another added layer to this game here. But for West Virginia, it's almost a chance to have the opposite outcome of what it was able to do week one. You just brought it up, a rivalry game Thursday night on the road, a rowdy atmosphere, which is exactly what everybody in this program is expecting in Blacksburg. And I think for West Virginia, it's also an opportunity to show that it's not the same team that it has been showing out on the field, especially whenever it comes to the defensive side of the ball. So I know it's an opportunity for West Virginia to get in this rivalry game, but for the Mountaineers, it's also an opportunity to prove that they're better than what they've put on tape over the past few weeks.
And that was Angelica Chernone. To see my full interview with Angelica, we'll have it on WFXRTV.com. Well, Thursday nights at Lane Stadium, it's like, you know, the 1st and the 15th when you're in the military. You get paid, and that's what we have, a Hokies football tradition. Now, this tradition began on this date, 1994. ESPN said, hey, Virginia Tech, we want you to be on Thursday Night Football. And the irony of it, they played the West Virginia Mountaineers. They got the win 34-6. Now, earlier this week, I caught up with a guy that's had his fair share of these West Virginia Tech matchups. That's former longtime defensive coordinator for the Hokies, Bud Foster. And he shares his memories about Thursday Night Football at Lane Stadium.
Kind of us and ESPN, actually, and particularly Thursday Night Football, grew up together, you know, with those guys, Kirk Herbstreit and company, coming through on a regular basis. But yeah, I mean, Thursday night in Lane it's like no other place. And I mean, it's a great atmosphere. You know, we've always had great opponents on a Thursday night, and this is another one. And I know the energy is going to be exciting. I know our players are looking forward to it, and our staff. You know, I think we've improved the last couple of weeks. And it's got the makings of a great football game, an extremely competitive game. And I'm looking forward to sitting right in there, and I'll be jumping when Enter Sandman, you know, hits in my spot.
Okay. Indeed. Now, one thing, Bud Foster, he will get an opportunity to enjoy some of the tailgating. He didn't get that opportunity when he was coaching on the field, so he's going to definitely make up of lost time. And speaking of tailgating, Kathleen and Drew, they had a tough assignment, as we'll check in on them in a few minutes as they talk about the tailgating scene.
Okay, so what is good football without a really good tailgate? And today, we found a phenomenal tailgate. Dozens of people coming together with some really cool aspects about what they do.
It's a lot more fun with a tailgate.
Yes, it is. Cody Short is actually joining us. Now, Cody, I understand that this is your tailgate, and I don't know if the viewers can see behind us, but that's a lunch pail.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's 11.5 foot tall lunch pail. I built that to pay homage to the hard work and dedication that Virginia Tech does on defense and preparing for the games. I went to school here. I learned about all kinds of engineering to be able to build something like this.
It's quite impressive.
It's really cool. And it can be tough to get up on a Thursday for a game. You know, this is not your typical Saturday, but you've been through some other things when it comes to these kind of tailgates. You tailgated through a hurricane.
Yes. When I first built the lunch pail, there was a game canceled, and I told the guys, you know, there's nothing else to do. Let's go to Blacksburg. Let's tailgate. And so we had everybody come out. We had a tailgate, and we just waited for somebody to tell us to leave, but nobody would. We watched football on TV. We had a great time. Blacksburg and the fall is the place to be.
Well, that's what we've heard. Now, listen, it looks like, I've never been very good at math, but it looks like you guys have a couple dozen people just in your tailgate alone. How long have you all been tailgating together?
Yes, you know, some people come and go. We've had people get married, get jobs, move around, but you know, it's all about these people. There's no tailgate without these people. We have grill masters out here making some great stuff. We have a bartender out here making some great drinks. And if it weren't for these people, there would be no tailgate.
All right, I think we have time for one final question.
Yes.
Who's winning the game tonight?
Virginia Tech. Oh.
Give me some comments. You know who's going to win. Tell us.
We will beat West Virginia today.
Woo! All right, there you go.
You heard it here first.
Back to you.
I tell you, Drew and Kathleen, such a tough assignment. But they weren't the only ones to enjoy some tailgating. Our very own Kelsey John Baptiste got a chance to partake in some of the tailgating festivities.
I'm Kelsey John Baptiste at Lane Stadium, and coming up, you will get to meet the guy who is trying to break the record for most attended college football games on a road trip.